third time, good morning. Welcome back to the track 3 and the last session under the thematic tracks. But most importantly, the subject that we always talk about, inclusion and as well as the financing. And the previous discussion also talked about inclusion and the technology. But towards the end, it was leading up to the financing which is required for the technological innovation to be inclusive. So it was a very, very good lead up to this discussion. My name is Ranishka Vimalasena. I'm the track chair for track 3. Let me introduce the energetic and the beautiful moderator for the last session. Nazmun Naha is a very, very good friend of mine. We have been working together for the last many years. She's an energy specialist at the Asian Development Bank based here. And she manages multiple portfolios across the energy sector, starting from designing, engineering, concept making, as well as implementation and delivering financing. She holds an engineering degree in chemical engineering from Bangladesh University in engineering and technology, and a renewable energy professional certification from the University of Dhaka. Please put your hands together to welcome the moderator for the last session, Nazmun Naha.
Thanks, Ranishka, as usual, for the generous introduction. So, good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to session 3.4, Financing and Partnerships for a Just Energy Transition. As Ranishka just mentioned, my name is Nazmun Nahar. I am from ADB. I have the distinct pleasure of moderating today's discussion. As we drive toward clean energy systems, a successful transition cannot be measured by megawatt capacity alone. It must be measured by how inclusive and equitable it is for all communities. Today, we are focusing on the financial architectures and collaborative models that turn the concept of inclusion from a social add-on into a viable, scalable business case. We will explore how to move beyond the basic energy access to build commercially robust markets that uplift underserved households, agricultural communities, and NGOs. I will now introduce my 5 speakers. We have an exceptional lineup of 4 speakers and a scene-setter presenter, representing developers, national financiers, technical advisors, and social enterprise, as well as corporate. But before we move to the speakers, we have Muhammad Ali, the Chief Commercial Officer at JCM Power, Canada, to set the scene for us. Muhammad drives commercial strategy across Asia and Africa, working closely with governments, utilities, and DFIs to deliver utility-scale renewable projects that balance commercial performance with deep sustainable development impact. Next, we will hear from Tanvir Ibn Bashar from the Infrastructure Development Company Limited, ITCOL, in Bangladesh. Tanvir will draw on the off-grid solar home system program in Bangladesh, which has been a model for the world, to demonstrate how a national DFI can act as a true market builder, utilizing blended financing and delivery of partnerships to bring underserved communities into the clean energy fold. Following Tanvir, Giselle Nunes Cordes from Dornier Santres GmbH will share insights from Vietnam. With over 20 years of experience in financial analysis of renewable projects across 20 countries, Giselle will discuss making dual land use, specifically integrating solar with aquaculture, financially viable and bankable for agricultural communities. Then we will turn to Ken Tai from Carbon Care InnoLab, who brings over a decade of experience advancing Hong Kong's renewable energy landscape. Ken will present a highly successful public-private philanthropy partnership, PPPP with an extra P, model that leverages feed-in tariffs to install solar on NGO rooftops, generating sustainable income for vital social services. Finally, Andre Susanto from Innovasi Dinamica Pratama will round up our presentations. With over 15 years in clean energy investments and project development, Andre will discuss deploying a micro-franchise model of solar PV leasing with local cooperatives to overcome willingness to pay barriers in rural electrification. Housekeeping rules. To ensure we have a robust and dynamic discussion, I want to gently remind Ali to deliver his presentation in 5 minutes, and then our 4 esteemed speakers to strictly adhere to their 8-minute pre-allocated presentation limits. This will protect our secured 60 minutes of panel discussion and audience Q&A at the end. Without further ado, Muhammad Ali, the floor is yours. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. So I think just to set the scene, I have a little video to show, and then, I'll go into my speaking marks. If you can play the video.
गांव की जिंदगी बड़ी मुख्तलिफ होती है, बड़ी मुश्किल सी। जिम्पीर मेरा गांव। बड़े शहर कराची से सफर में लगभग 150 किलोमीटर दूर और वक्त के हिसाब से 150 साल पीछे है। वहां और यहाँ में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है। इधर गर्मी बहुत पड़ती है, बिजली यहाँ पे होती नहीं, या शायद यहाँ गांव में किसी ने बिजली देखी भी नहीं होगी। यहाँ लेट्रिन के लिए भी घर से दूर झाड़ में जाना पड़ता, जहाँ सांप बिच्छू का डर लगा रहता। यहाँ औरतें रोज सुबह सख्त गर्मी में दूर नदी किनारे पानी भरने जाती, वो पानी जहां से इंसान और जानवर दोनों पानी पीते। मुझे लगता था कि शायद औरत का यही काम है। वो तो भला हो मेरी माँ का, जिसने मुझे दुआओं और कुछ हुनर के साथ ब्याहा, जिससे मेरी जिंदगी ने नई करवट ली। और फिर एक दिन मेरे गांव की हवा बदली। कंपनी वालों ने आकर मुझसे और मेरे शौहर से बात की, हमें बहुत अच्छे से समझाया और मुझे नौकरी करने को कहा। उस दिन लगा कि अब कुछ तो बदलेगा। कंपनी वालों ने मुझे ट्रेनिंग दी। पहले थोड़ा सा डर लगा, फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता मजा आने लगा। क्लास में जब कोई मैडम कहकर बुलाता है ना, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है। मैंने अपना हुनर बाकी लड़कियों को सिखाया, उनका भला हुआ और मुझे भी पैसे मिले। सबसे पहले मैंने घर पक्का करवाया और साथ ही लेट्रिन बनवाया। अब झाड़ में नहीं जाना पड़ता। फिर मैंने एक बिस्तर भी खरीदा। अब हम सब सुकून से सोते हैं। घर वाले सब बहुत खुश हुए, लेकिन मैं वहां नहीं रुकी। कंपनी वालों ने सोलर पैनल दिया। अब पूरे गांव में बिजली है। अब गर्मी जरा कम लगती है। अब जिंदगी में अंधेरा खत्म, सिर्फ रोशनी ही रोशनी है। दूर से देखो तो मेरा घर रात में तारे की तरह चमकता है। सख्त गर्मी में ठंडा ठंडा पानी पीने का मजा ही अलग है। कपड़े धोने के लिए अब दूर नदी पार नहीं जाना पड़ता। अब वॉशिंग मशीन घूमती है और साथ साथ हम भी खुशी से झूमते हैं। अब हम सब साथ बैठकर टीवी देखते हैं। बाबर आजम के छक्के पर खूब जोर से सीटी बजती है। सब बदल गया है। कंपनी वालों ने साफ पानी के टैंकर का इंतजाम भी कर दिया। अब रोज सुबह उठकर दूर दूर नहीं जाना पड़ता। अब मैं और मेरे शौहर मोबाइल भी चलाने लग गए हैं। मेरा घर भी अब शहर के बड़े घर की तरह हो गया है। कंपनी ने मुझे रोजगार दिया, मेरे हुनर का सही इस्तेमाल सिखाया, हमारे बच्चों को पढ़ाया, जिंदगी गुजारने का सही रास्ता दिखाया। अब समझ आया कि घर की 4 दीवारी के बाहर भी एक दुनिया है जहां औरत भी काम कर सकती है, पैसे कमा सकती है। ये मेरा गांव है और इधर तरक्की की हवाएं कभी नहीं रुकती।
My apologies as I realized that subtitles were covering so people who did not understand the native language. It's really a story about a local woman who, with the wind farm being established, got a job at the vocational center, trained other women, and she's not an investor, she's not a CEO. And here is someone who was included as part of the original investment case. And now her life's changed, her family life has changed, and it's created more opportunities for the community. As I reviewed the presentations that you're about to see, they're really different from each other. From, as Nazmun mentioned, from a national DFI creating a solar market to someone helping the aqua farmers getting transitioned into clean energy, and others trying to overcome barriers of how to do the last mile in the energy solutions. Different countries, different technologies, different projects, yet they all have one thing in common. None of these initiatives were inclusion by accident. They were intentionally designed programs which were included for making sure that the local communities are also benefiting from it. We've also learned that at JCM, the organization I work at, that it does not happen by accident. You have to do it with intent. So as I've been told, I need to limit myself to 5 minutes, so I'll be very quick and just leave you guys with one question. What's in these models that makes them an exception, and why do they have to be an exception? What needs to change at the policy level, at the investment level, at the project level, that it just becomes the base case and the norm to have such inclusive programs rather than celebrating them as exceptions? Thank you very much.
Well, I'll be speaking. Today I'll be speaking about the clean energy. So I need energy because, it's very early in the morning. So can the audience say energy for one time for me at least? More louder? Oh, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. This is Tanvi. I'm the Vice President at ITCOL, and it's a national DFI of Bangladesh. And it's really wonderful to be here today with all of you. And today, I would like to share one simple idea with all of you, that access to clean energy is not enough. This is the thing that I have learned over the past years of service that I have done in Bangladesh. So then what is the real question? The real question is, how do you finance it in a way that lasts and that includes everyone? And with that, we mean that, serving the whole community as a whole. It's not about the rich, it's not about the poor, it's the inclusion of all in one basket. And for the 29 years, this is the question that ITCOL has been answering this, as we lead Bangladesh green energy transition. So let me begin by showing you what the journey has actually delivered. So in the picture, you can see a little girl is dancing, So does it exactly what we do? Probably yes, because we want to touch the marginalized community through our, access to financing. So to begin with, Bangladesh is an import-dependent country, and half of our fuel is imported. But when global fuel rises, our import bill rises as well. So far, the clean energy is not only about the climate for us, it is also about energy security for Bangladesh. But how we think at ITCOL, every unit of clean energy we make at home is a unit we don't have to buy from abroad. So just some facts and figures for you. We have financed as an institution 40% of the national electricity generation and 41% of the renewable energy generations of the country, being a single NBFI in the country, a national DFI. So we have also replaced around 11 million kerosene lamps, saved over 6 million tons of woods annually, and avoided more than 7 million tons of annual emissions. Over the years, IDCO's Clean Energy Program has reached over more than 43 million across the nation. Moving on. So how did we achieve this? We achieved this through a range of inclusive programs. Over the 4 million installed solar home systems and over 24 million people reached through a single program. Improved cook stoves for cleaner kitchens for more than 4 million. And solar mini grids that that power remote, unreachable among and marginalized communities of the country. And solar irrigation pumps for our farmers, replacing cost and polluting diesel pumps. But all of this, based on one program that changed everything for us. Let me take you back where it actually began. So as you can see, the title of the slide is the world's largest off-grid program, solar home system. In 2003, most people in the rural area of Bangladesh, they relied on the kerosene lamps for light. The grid could not reach everyone. National electricity access was only 36%, and rural access was only 24%. So we asked a different question as an institution. Instead of waiting for the grid, could we bring solar straight to homes today? Yes, we could. And we did it not as a giveaway, but as a market. In 2018, we had installed over 4 million systems, reaching around 80 million people. It became the largest off-grid solar program in the world, and the World Bank documented the whole story in a book called Living in the Light. But how did it work? 3 basic ideas. One is a blended finance, as you can see in my slide, and a partnership model, and also inclusive design. And I will take them one by one either gradually, right? Well, moving on. See, there's a beautiful diagram over here, and I would like to request you to notice the colors of the slide. At the bottom, you see the layer 1, the grant and technical assistance. You see there is a color is a gray, and this is the bottom. So why there is a grants and technical assistance in the beginning? So to bring down the cost and risks for the marginalized communities and the private sector, so that a fresh market is being created. And in the middle, we put the layer, the concession loans, which we use to refinance our partners' organization to scale up the market. And on the last, but not the least, the private capital, which is the layer 3, once the program was sufficiently de-risked, POs and the marginal communities participated with their own capital, so that the privatization and also the shared ownership is also being created. Are you with me so far? Yes? All right. Think of it this way. Our public money took the first risks, so the private money felt safe enough to follow. Of course, money also delivers nothing. You need people on the ground alone. So that brings me to our partnership model, which is our next slide. You see, we have tried to portray our experience to a diagram. I hope you will understand it. So independent bodies like Technical Standard Committee, PO Selection Committee set the technical standards and selected the partners. Why did we do that? We wanted the model isolated. We wanted the model to be very transparent so that there is no biasness in the system, so that a technical committee cannot bias the PO Selection Committee. The PO Selection Committee cannot bias the Technical Standards Committee. So the systems are independent. And actually, this really worked for us. And also the donors providing the funding, which it called channeled as grants and concession loans. And also there is our partner organizations, the low